no hard feelings. I really wanted to go watch Asteroid City, but how I review these movies on Fridays, I always go to the Thursday night previews, and I don't know, 7 o'clock, I just can't, just because I take the bus to go watch these movies. So I will be reviewing Asteroid City probably on Saturday on my second channel. But yeah, that's what I wanted to see more than this. But I was like, all right, there's a screen at 4 o'clock, and I gotta say it was pretty. And the only reason I mention all this is because I was really shocked that this movie was sold out. Mainly because like Jennifer Lawrence hasn't been in a movie since 2019's Mother, which was not very popular with audiences, and critics kind of were mixed on it, and audiences were just kind of like, eh. So I don't know. She's just kind of been gone for a while, and then this movie just kind of. I guess I didn't see a lot of trailers for it, but I guess people were excited about it, and then most of the audience, I would say, enjoyed this movie, which is good because this is kind of a sex rom-com romantic movie. We don't get a lot of really different styles of rom-coms or just comedies in general anymore. And I was just complaining about that with what movie was, I forget review it was recently, how like now there's it was The Blackening. It was The Blackening, right? We don't get enough comedies, and then when there is one, people don't watch it. Well, I'm glad to say that this one they did show up for, and that's probably just because Jennifer Lawrence was in it. And I think I laugh more at this movie than The Blackening, though I think overall The Blackening is probably the better movie, and I'll explain why. There's a lot of good jokes in this movie. So this movie basically follows Jennifer Lawrence, whose character, who basically is hired by these parents of this kid, this 19-year-old kid, to have sex with him and basically boost his confidence. Go out with him, date him for a little bit, boost him, his confidence, and then she gets rewarded with money and like a car, right? That's kind of the storyline of the movie, and then through there, it's like, all right. And I think there's a lot of good gags from that premise. Like Jennifer Lawrence at first is like overly horny, trying to get in his pants, like just bossing him around, and a lot of that's really funny. A lot of those gags are really kept the audience laughing, but it also hurts the movie because Jennifer Lawrence is an awful person throughout the entire movie. And of course, there's that normal. Of course, eventually, you know how these movies go. The liar gets revealed, and then they kind of break off for a little bit. But like, it spends so much of the movie making Jennifer Lawrence look terrible. I mean, her first scene is her being a dick to her ex-boyfriend, and then she like constantly is rude and snarky to everybody and kind of a bitch. And yet there's reasons for it in the movie, but like her reasons aren't good enough for her to be such a negative, mean-spirited character. And it's also annoying because everybody talks up Jennifer Lawrence's character in this movie. They're like, "Oh, you're so attractive, you're so pretty, whatever," right? And so when she's being kind of a dick and kind of being like whatever, it's just really irritating. And I thought, and by the end, I did come to understand her character more and like it more. But there's still so much of this movie where she's just kind of a douche, like an awful person. She's, manipulating a person to get a car and money, and then she learns her lesson, I guess. But it's like, you're a dick. There's very. I wish they had maybe given her a few more likable traits earlier in the movie, so that way I could at least see the transformation earlier in the film, and then that way, I would have been able to root for this. But I also say the twist at the end of this movie, it's not really a twist, but it's kind of a twist. People expect this to be a romance movie, which I kind of is. It feels very much a romance movie in the same way 500 Days of Summer is. And if you know how that movie ends, that's all I'm going to say. I want to spoil this movie for people who haven't seen it. It was yeah. I think if you want a fun movie to go watch on a date night on like a $5 Tuesday, this is a good movie for that. Um, and it was a good time. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. Um, but I don't think it's as strong as it could have been. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be a date night comedy classic. or something like that. I guess it's just kind of gonna be like a fun enough movie that I think majority of people who watch this movie will enjoy, even though it could have been better, and I probably would have enjoyed it more.